What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. LeBron James defeat the Miami Heat, him along with the Lakers, winning his fourth NBA title, fourth MVP, three different teams in under 2 years. Now, let me just say this to a lot of people out there, man. No matter how bad people hate, no matter what a person say, no matter who you try to compare LeBron James to, I mean, you got the right to your own opinion of how you feel, but here's one thing you can't take away from him. He dominates basketball for what it is today. And he's been doing it ever since he been in the NBA. One of the only players ever in NBA history to come out of high school and be dominating the game from the moment he got out of high school to his 17th season he doing right now. Ain't lacked or slacked up yet at all. 17 seasons straight dominance. 17 straight dominance. Coming in the NBA, 18 years old, carrying that load on your shoulders, never lacking or slacking at all. So other people who good sometimes and other people who may have their moments, you're talking to a guy who did it and is doing it all the time. Putting up records after records after records after records. 10 NBA finals. 10. And he went to like 9 or 8 of them in a row. Come on, man. 9 or 8 NBA finals in a row. In a row, y'all. Come on, man. We're not doing that. We can stop all this debating and stuff. No. And what's crazy about him doing it 9 and 8 years in a row is it because of him that they there. Most people just get a ride. He's the anchor. He's the leader that's getting everybody there. He's the Batman. Not only that, people who try to knock the man, that just gonna make you look, that's gonna make you really look bad. Because what do you say to the guy who been dominating you for his entire career? What do you say about him? What do you say? And when you're going into his stats, crazy thing about it is he's only playing the game the way the game's supposed to be played. He letting the game come to him. And nobody plays the game. Nobody plays the game better than him when it comes to how the game is supposed to be played. Now, people try to compare him to Kobe and Jordan. Rightfully so, because you look for somebody of that greatness to measure up with his greatness, to at least give you a fighting argument chance. But if you ask me, if you honestly asking me, there is no comparison. As I think about it and break it down more, there's no comparison. Because it's not even about Kobe. Now it's about this. Is LeBron James better than Michael Jordan? That's the argument. And people say, well, Jordan won 6 titles without going to a game 7, without losing. Bron lost 6 times in the finals. But the teams now are better than the teams back then. The teams now are better than the teams back then. These guys right now are way more athletic than the people in Jordan era, when he going up against them little bitty small guards like Stockton and Mark Jackson and Reggie Miller and them little self and John Starks and Ron Harpers and Derek Harpers and Mitch Richmonds and Tim Hardaway's, and them dudes little as hell. I don't blame Jordan for being before his time and being one of the most dominant two guards ever in NBA history because of the advantage he had over other two guards that wasn't just as good and athletic as he was. So he dominated. And he raised the bar for what these greats like LeBron and Kobe's and them did and what they are and what they was. Because the advantage that they have over him now is he had to become Michael Jordan while being Michael Jordan. He was Michael Jordan by birth, but had to become that icon while he was Michael Jordan. So he had to go through a lot of hardships and failing and developing, creating and learning, and the overall totality of his package once his career was done solidified him. But the advantage that the LeBrons and them and the AIs and Kobe's and them had was all that hard work that Jordan was putting in. They had the full completion of his career to learn and grow off of. Just like Jordan said, he learned from Dr. J. And from learning from Dr. J, he took what Dr. J was doing and then added his own to it. Same thing with the Kobe's, LeBrons, and AIs and Tracy McGrady's and what all they was doing. Watching Michael Jordan and starting out with what it took years for Michael Jordan to develop. They were starting out with that because they had his history in the blueprint. They had the tapes. So what took him 9-10 years to develop, they already had the tape on it and was learning it before it was daytime to shine, which gave them an advantage. Just like we're seeing in tennis right now with Serena Williams. She having a real hard time in tennis right now. Why? Because them girls who she competing against is girls that grew up watching her, learning her workout plans, learning her diets, learning her training that she had to learn. Now they starting out with her package. They starting out with the Serena Williams package. And that's what Brian them did. They starting out with the Michael Jordan package. Jordan had to make a package by years of working and training and hardships and failures. And now these kids is growing up with the whole finished product and package that it took him his whole entire career to finish. That's why they got an advantage. So when you're seeing what Jordan did in his era, because in his era, that's where he was dominant at. This era right here is the Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant era, where mostly every team got like two people on the team that could average 30 points a game, that could do the thing Michael Jordan and Kobe and them was doing. When in Jordan era, for the most part, it was only him dominating like that. Even you could go to the trash teams in the NBA that considered to be trash. You got 2-3 guys on them teams that could put up 20-30 points like it's nothing. When in Jordan era, that was remarkable to see that Jordan could do that. In Jordan era, 20 points, 18 points were considered to be a superstar. Now you got all these young kids that actually learning from him, and they have an advantage. They have an advantage. Now everybody got to cross over. These dudes bigger and better. These point guards now, like 6'6", 6'6" point guards. You got Russell Westbrook and James Harden, them averaging triple doubles. Averaging triple doubles a season. Russell Westbrook did it 3 years in a row. When the last time it was done like that was 40 years. The game is advanced. Then people talk about, want to say Jordan had all these scoring titles. He had 9 scoring titles. I guess so. It's gonna be hard to get 9 scoring titles in this day and age where everybody can score just like him. Everybody can score just like him. Every team got 2-3 players that can score just like him. Boy, putting up 40, 50, 30, 45, 60. Just like he was doing. Every team got it now. 2 and 3 guys that could do that. It's way more competitive now. Everybody Michael Jordans. Everybody got the packages. Everybody got the video games. Everybody got the workout plans. The game is way more advanced now. They train better now. They eat. They eat better now. That's why they know how to preserve their bodies. Everybody got the package. You think Jordan then would have beat that Golden State team that LeBron had to play 4 years in a row? Do you believe they would have beat that Golden State team that LeBron had to play 4 years in a row? I doubt it. When you got Klay Thompson, Steve Curry, horrible. Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant running wild, covering both ends, all the whole perimeter, running wild, shooting half-court shots like a regular free throw. Half-court shots if they regular shot. And Jordan them day, that's called a bad shot. Coach will pull you out the game, sit you on the bench taking shots like that. Like, what are you doing? You trying to make us lose? When that's they regular shot. They shoot a half court, they'd be like, not so bad. Okay, do it next time. Come on now. And I'm talking about shooting this on a regular, not when the clock is running down and then 2 seconds left and you got to heave-ho it. No. I'm talking about doing it on a regular. And then I want y'all to get this. How LeBron, his whole entire career, he played as a pass-first basketball player. He don't never play like, oh, I'm going to go out here and score all these points. I'm going to go out here and get these titles. He don't do that. And notice the guys who do play like that, Bron only like 2 points behind them, playing as a pass-first player. I don't think y'all get that. Let me rewind that back because people miss that. The man averaging almost 30 points just being a pass-first player, where he passed the ball first. Looking for other people to get on, making other people better. Imagine if he just decided to just say, F everybody, I'm just going to go out there, just get this scoring. That dude would be averaging 40 to 50 points a game. If you averaging almost 30 just passing first, imagine if you was a selfing player like Jordan and Kobe was, who just ball hogs and just go crazy. Imagine if he was one of them. And that's what I be saying, like, when speaking about what this brother do, the brother do it on the court and off the court. I'm from Chicago. I grew up a Michael Jordan fan, man. And then when Jordan left, the next best thing to Jordan was Kobe Bryant. So he was easy to get to love, seeing that he was mimicking Jordan and probably was a little bit more graceful than Jordan. Okay? And when LeBron came, I didn't like him because they gave it to LeBron out the gate. He didn't even have to earn it. He didn't even have to work for it. I'm talking about straight out of high school, they just gave it to him like, look, you the man now. Like, dang, how you the man now? But I understood why. Kobe caught that rape case. They needed somebody who wasn't tainted or tarnished. They wanted to start with somebody fresh who could be developed and groomed. And LeBron fit the memo to a T. He had no dirt, no tarnishing on him at all. And he was very good at what he was doing at the age of 17 and 16. So when he came to the NBA, he been cruising. Like, he took on the challenge and never looked back. And then I began to like him because I started seeing how he was off the court, still married to his high school sweetheart. When a lot of these basketball players like Michael Jordan got that money, left his wife, got to marrying the white woman. Now he got babies by her. He want to be a damn good father to them kids. But you got 3 sons who you couldn't even put in your steed to grow, to be a part of their life. They had to learn basketball on their damn own. Because he's so busy ripping and running the street, gambling, loving the Super Jordan status and pride and arrogance. And your son's trying to play basketball and trash as hell because they not training with pops. Like why LeBron's son is so good, like Dwayne Wade's son is so good, because they train with them boys. They training with their sons. They the best dudes in the game, and they training with their kids, and they kids learning defense from them, move from them, and all that. Jordan, them sons, them couldn't even get picked. They wanted to be a basketball player just off the name alone. All the stuff Michael Jordan, man, please, he don't measure up to LeBron in no type of way. Not as a man, not as a father, not as a black man. He won't even speak out against the injustice that's going on in the world with black people being slaughtered and killed by police. He won't even speak out against that. You gave up the wife of your kids for a white woman. All while you on the road doing this woman taking care of business, slaving and raising and taking care of your kids, and you not there. You out there sleeping and tricking off with white women and stuff like that, leaving this woman with all this hardship. I don't got no respect for that, man. Hell, you know how to dribble with basketball. Hell with that. You abandon your family. You abandon your damn family. That woman was there with you when you wasn't nothing, when nobody liked you, when nobody wanted to have nothing to do with you. She was the only one that was willing to love you and be a part of your life. She didn't give a damn if you picked up a ball or not, and birthed you those kids, man. And birthed you those kids. Sad that woman was with you your whole career like that, and then your Hall of Fame speech, you giving thanks to a white woman who wasn't even really there. You giving thanks to a white woman who wasn't really there, but the real woman who actually was behind you your whole career. Get your sorry ass out of here. care about that trash, man. He fake as hell. I love the fact that LeBron James, man, is still with his high school sweetheart. He's still married to that woman. Still there with his kids and his family. And looking out for other people's family. And on the front line for racial injustice. When Jordan then won't say nothing. Scared to say something. Afraid you're going to lose a contract when you're already a damn billionaire. Like, damn, how rich do you have to be to speak up, brother? Get up out of here. Jordan ain't nowhere near the type of man that LeBron James was. His high school team he owned, they don't make the NBA. He the only one make the NBA. None of them make it. So he put them through school. The ones on his team, he put them through school, and now they running his businesses and his empire. Like, yeah, don't worry about it. They ain't pick y'all up to go to NBA because they ain't think y'all were good enough. Don't even worry about it. I'm in position. Go to school, take up this class, do this, manage and take care of all my business. He ain't got the heart like that. He ain't real like that. Jordan only cared about his damn self. Bron do it on the court and off the court. And got a special handshake for every teammate that he played with from the starter to the bench warmer to show how appreciative he is to everybody. And if you wide open, he gonna give you the shot. It don't matter if he the star. It don't matter if he the king. If he penetrate to the basket and draw 4-3 defenders on him and you out open for the wide open shot, he gonna give you the ball. Like he's supposed to. Because that's what you get paid to do, to knock down them shots. That's what you in the game for. That's what you in the game to do. If I have a hard shot and you got an easier shot, I'm trusting you. Ask my teammates, even with the game on the line, to hit the shot. We'll live or die with the consequences. As long as we played the game the right way it's supposed to be played. That's why I respect him. That's why it ain't no comparison. When you look at the overall package of what that man doing, the overall package, the most hated dude in the NBA because he refused to be owned and controlled. But nobody can stop his dominance. And the league owners and them hate him because he changing all the rules. And he making the basketball players smarter because they learning business through him. And they understand how to manage their careers as a result of watching his career. That's the difference. And they hate that. But he's a guaranteed GOAT in the game. All his stats prove it. You got to keep in mind, he running right neck to neck with all them guys without even trying to. Think about that. He not even trying to. He not even trying to. He just playing the game the way it's supposed to be played and letting it come to him and living with the results of it. And all his stats is still right there with guys who trying to get the scoring titles. Guys who trying to get the MVPs. Shouts out to Bron, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, who stand up for his people and speaking against racial injustice, at the same time dominating the game. So, congratulations to him, doing it. Doing it. And people can hate all day. That's another reason why I like him. Because he worked for it. And it seems like the ones who work the hardest for it is the ones who actually really get it. I don't think nobody else is deserving to get it better than the ones that's actually working to get it. Period. And them always seem to be the ones to get it. Think about that. He way better than Jordan and Kobe and them. Because he have the whole entire NBA literally building teams to beat him. To beat him. They ain't never did that for Jordan. Jordan ain't never had the whole entire NBA, all 30 teams being built and designed to beat LeBron James. That ain't never happened to Jordan in his career. Where they actually built teams to beat Michael Jordan. Every team now in the NBA is built around beating LeBron James. That's what it is. So come on, man. We're not going to do that. Shouts out to the GOAT, LeBron James, on the court and off the court. Basketball master, the basketball assassin. Mr. Clutch. Mostly any record you name, he got it. And he got it by letting the game come to him. Come on now. That being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours. LeBron James silenced all the naysayers. Everybody that had something to say against that man. What you gonna say now? 3 different teams. He bought them a championship. 3 different teams. He bought them all a championship in under 2 years. And it was because of him. And it was because of him. He was always the #1 dude. That's why he got the MVPs. He was always the #1 dude. Went to Miami, lost the first year, won the second year. Went to the Cavaliers back home, lost the first year, came back and won the second year. Went to LA, lost the first year, came back and won the second year. His bounce back is crazy. Shouts out to him, man. Taking care of business. It's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's a question. It's yours. Hit the link in the description box. Subscribe to Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's a question. It's yours. Subscribe to Battle Truth.